So people, how good is this? So people, pure contact, shaft length, compression, consistency of strike. I can't wait to show you this video. I'm going to show you how to really move through the golf ball, how the downswing really works to get us into a position where the top players are. Now, there really are some hidden moves. I'm going to show you some incredible angles here and some information. We've got some great drills. In fact, we've got the Rory McIlroy heel toe drill, which I know you're going to love later on in the video, and really get on the path to understanding the downswing. It's so easy once you get on the right track. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. All right, let's get started. One of the hidden moves in the downswing, getting our sequence, getting our body to recenter, creating power, shaft length, and compression, is this lead leg. And how we actually bend it, we don't straighten this leg too early. We're going to have a look at, because it's a death move, right? We're straightening this lead leg too early. We're going to be having a look at what this lead leg is doing. When we have a look, we're going to have a look at some amateurs coming up, right? We're going to have a look at the death move, because straightening this lead leg is just causing massive issues. People are running out of right arm. They have to flip what one hip does, the other one does. So you have to be able to get this right elbow underneath your hip, and we're going to talk about that coming up. We can't have this right hip riding high and getting stuck, and this is also not just for club players, this is for advanced players as well. This is the main reason why people are getting stuck and hitting block shots and flip shots. So let's get into the reason why. Let's have a look firstly at a clip here and see what we really need to do, and then we're going to look at some drills and some exercises on how to actually feel this move, practice this move. People, this is going to take your ball striking to a different level. So people, right, it's a real shame that people misunderstand the golf swing and don't work on the correct things. Have a look at this move from Mo Norman. Now we're going to have a listen to what Mo says in a second. I think it's mind-blowing, right? So just stay tuned for that. But straightening the left leg, the lead leg, too early, it's just a shocker. It's an absolute death move, flip, no shaft lean, fat shots, thin shots. In fact, you know, so many players out there don't straighten the left leg or the lead leg at all until maybe right at the end of the swing. Have a look at McIlroy, it never really straightens there. And when we understand that, you know, the best ball strikers of all time, you know, current, modern day, the best leg work, the transition, look at Ben Hogan's leg work there. Getting on the correct side of the lag wall, such an important move. We're going to be looking at some amateurs coming up. We're going to be looking at the McIlroy drill, closing up that right elbow into your ribs, getting the left leg to load correctly. This is going to increase your club head speed and free up your swings. We're saying, you know, you got to work with evidence-based instruction, right? You got to see what are the best ball strikers doing, and the left leg's not straightening too early. And seeing it time and time again. So guys, we're seeing the creases in the pants. We're going to have a look at some amateurs coming up. But first off, guys, please watch this, because this is really, really interesting when we look at what Mo Norman, arguably the best hitter, definitely in the top 3 best hitters of all time, what he says about the downswing. And for us, you know, later on, we're going to look at closing up this elbow gap, getting this lead leg, getting your bottom half to work to get a perfect impact. But first off, let's have a listen to what Mo Norman says here.
About this left knee, the left knee before impact, do you want it past the ball?
Oh, far as I can, and bent. And bent. Never want that. I want right there.
So the left knee is past the ball before.
Oh, way past. And bent. Where I'm always in a sitting position. Where my club can't come off the ball. It's driving through the ball. My left foot takes the hit on every shot I hit. My big toe on my left foot never moves. Stays right on the ground, every shot, back and through.
So unfortunately for a lot of amateurs out there, they're straightening their left leg way too early. You can see that there. And when I meet them, I say, well, what are you working on? There's, you know, so many that say to me, I'm trying to straighten my left leg early. I said, well, how's that working for you? You know, it's almost like self-sabotaging your swing, working on the opposite. You should be trying to bend your left leg coming down. keeping it bent, because you won't have any lateral shift. Once you straighten it, it won't move laterally. The right hip rides up really high. You'll flip it, lose your angles, lose your power, and this hip gets in a really awkward position. So they say that the moment of truth is impact. But if your downswing is a mess, then the moment of truth is further back, right? It's in the downswing. And have a look at the professional here on the correct side of the lag wall. All right, now have a look at that lead leg. See the creases in his pants? All right, see that the lead leg is bent. See how the elbow comes into the ribs. Now have a look at the amateur. The left leg's already straightened and he's on the wrong side of the lag wall here. So it's about improving. We can all improve these positions. But we're going to have a look at a series or a range of drills here. It's not just about this position here. To really improve your downswing, transition, impact, pick up your ball striking immediately, guys. We've got the Rory McIlroy drill coming up. Stay tuned. Let's have a look. So guys, right, I got a great drill here for you just to create some fantastic awareness and like touch the zone here where great players are, getting into a position, a movement where you wouldn't normally be. So let's have a look at this, because the closer you get to this, the better you're going to hit it, right? I've taken the liberty to tee up 3 golf balls, get like an 8-iron or a 9-iron. Now, I'll show you from a couple of angles here. You get up to the top and stop. You're going to shift and flex, stop, and then swing through into your finished position. This is what it looks like from this angle here. Get up to the top and stop, shift and flex, bow that wrist a little bit coming down, stop and swing through. From this angle here, up to the top, stop, shift and flex, close up this gap here with this elbow, stop and swing through. Now what's important is when you've hit a ball, immediately make a practice swing, and to run through and touch on those movements, those feelings that you just did, creating body awareness. Let's have a look. Take your direct position. Okay, up to the top, stop, shift and flex, stop, and give it a hit. You'll get some, after a few shots, you'll get some really, really good contact. I forgot the practice swing, so, and then move back through and create the practice swing after the movement. Too much talking going on here. So once again, up to the top, stop, shift and flex, stop, move through, and then get a practice swing, and you can start to really feel closing up the gap, creating positions and movements that you wouldn't normally be in. Now, if you repeat this movement over a couple of weeks, keep doing it, keep moving, you will start to create some change and some feel. This is the reason World Class Golf Instruction is improving people on average between 4 and 11 shots. So guys, right, let's have a listen to what Lee Trevino has to say.
My first movement of the downswing, I actually broke my knees in front of the ball. I actually would break my knees because when I took the club back, I was a little shut, a little outside, and I had to get the club back inside. And in order to get it back and lay it back off, you've got to move your knees first. You can't turn. The knees have to be broken towards the target, and it's almost a little small lateral movement there. And that's what makes the club come back in the slot again, and then you can let it go, or you know, whatever you want to do with it.
So people, right, filming your swings with your mobile phones, who doesn't film their swings? What good players don't film their swings with their mobile phones? It's just not happening. And so send me your swing through. Here's like a tripod you can get for like $10 as a phone holder, just for like $2. And send it through. It's teamwork, right? It's a collaborative effort. I'm teaching people online from all around the world, and we'll get you moving in the right direction. You've got unlimited contact with me. You've got unlimited WhatsApp contact. So what you actually get is you get like a compressed email that goes between 15 to 30 minutes, side-by-side examples, angles, you get drills, you get, it's, as I said, it's teamwork, it's a collaborative effort, but the service that you're getting, and you can ask any questions, we're improving people by 4 to 11 shots, and I can't teach everybody, it's getting much, much bigger, so don't miss out. But guys, get stuck into some great information, swing analyst training with me, and we'll get you on the path to playing together some better golf. So guys, right, have a look at this, the McIlroy move. Have a look at this lead heel, right? This replanning, if you can call it that step over. How many of the world's best ever ball strikers have used this in their swing? It's absolutely staggering. And I'm going to show you how to feel this. Just even if you start off just using it as a drill, look at couples, what a golf swing, one of my favorites. It's just unbelievable motion, isn't it? Look at that replanting, that stepping over. The fastest way to create lateral shift and separation in your golf swing. Now, we've seen so many great players use this swing. I was fortunate enough to assist Peter Lonard, one of Australia's best ever ball strikers, before COVID, before that messed up everything. If you ever get a chance to see this guy hit golf balls, it's unbelievable. And look, we've seen Nicholas do it as well. You can see that squiggly little line there I've drawn? That replanting over, creating separation, a move of greatness. Let's have a look how we can feel this move, practice this, and bring, there's such a positive chain reaction on your downswing. Let's have a look. So people, right, the McIlroy heel-toe drill, and what an amazing move, what a remarkable move this is. I'm going to show you a second feel with this drill to create some pure separation from your bottom half to your top half, moving like great players do. Now, we've seen some of the best players of all time use this move. I want to start you off just using a drill first, just to become familiar with it, and understanding, creating some more body awareness. Now, when we get to the top of the swing, here's how you can practice it. You take a practice swing first. Get to the top without the golf ball. Get up to the top of the swing and simply just lift the heel, just become familiar and replant that heel over. Okay, now then move through the golf ball. Now, the thing I want you guys to watch out for or to notice is I want your chest to point up. When you're creating, for a lot of golfers out there, unfortunately, a lot of club players, amateur players, they're not able to get the lateral shift without the top half moving forwards. And so what we're going to do here is when we get into the finished position, we're going to have the chest pointed up. Now, I don't know if you can see this picture here. See, there's a curve here. This is actually, there's always going to be a curve. This is 100 professionals downloaded in the system and from the PGA Tour, and we're always going to have a curve in the small of the back, right? There's always going to, you're going to be in a position like this. When the chest is forwards and pointing down, we don't have the separation. So that's just one area to look out for here. When you are taking the step over, make sure that your chest points slightly up in the end position. This is the fastest way. This is really the fastest way to create lateral shift in your swing. So getting up to the top of your swing, take a step over through the golf ball, chest pointed up, film your swings, notice this shift, an amazing move, one of the best drills there is for people out there to look at creating better separation, a better downswing, and a better impact. Guys, love this drill. Let's have a look straight into it. Right, this really helps you get a feeling of a solid left leg and helps your hip planes through the golf ball. So here's what we do. We drop the right foot back and just lift it up a little bit. Now what we're trying to do is get this right leg to really work in under the left. This has to get here 10 to 17 degrees lower. This hip, this left hip is up and we're moving laterally. Now it's such an important area to get this right leg to work almost back and underneath you. This is how we do it. This is just great for your impact position. Squeezing up, closing up this gap into here when we're moving through impact. It doesn't look great. It's an abbreviated follow through, but right foot back, heel up. And what we're trying to do is keep flex, really squeeze this right leg behind the left leg and keep some flex. And just, we're going to abbreviate the follow through. Like I said, it doesn't look great, but wow, the contact is just so strong when you try this. It's such a powerful feeling through the ball. You probably hit a little bit of a fade even though your right foot is back. So we're trying to get this right hip down and under. We've got to get this, if this right hip's up, you can't get the elbow underneath. You've got to be able to get this elbow underneath this hip. And that's why we're seeing top players move down. They move down because they shorten the radius of the swing. You've got to get this down and under. And this is what supplies us with a feeling of this left leg bent. Get the right side to shorten. Foot back, abbreviated follow through. Doesn't look great, but it's a great feel through the golf ball, keeping that left leg. This is a great way to get your tilts of your hips right rather than riding up here with a high right hip and a high right shoulder, which is an absolute nightmare. So guys, let's have a look at this, because McIlroy's lead leg, left leg, it actually never straightens. So he gets the flex, extra loading, pushing into the front part of the foot. Obviously he's pushing into this part of his foot here. We're going to show you that in a second. I've got a drill I want to show you here. Right? Now, but when you see him move through the ball, the left leg at impact's bent, stays bent, and this is what Mo Norman said, hitting into a bent left leg, keeping your toes on the ground, your whole left foot, it's just so solid, right? even when we look at the other side of things, have a look at Oosthuizen. Like, his left heel's in the air. And this is a drill I sort of show people. I mean, we measured that with, a lot of the time when we're using the body or the V1 pressure mat. It's an interesting one. You see Jason Day here. You can sort of see where the weight is on your feet. And so when he's coming down, he's got 100% of his weight into the toes of the lead foot. You'll probably see this first move. Watch his lead foot there. See how he stamps down the accelerator? Right? And so we're seeing this with so many great players. I want to show you a drill here. Now, this is an interesting one. You get like a tennis ball cut off and just experiment around with it, because you can still turn a lot. But if you straighten your left leg, you won't be able to get your lateral shift. And you just put it under your heel and just hit some shots, and then just see, because you're moving into a solid left side, you don't want your toes ripped off the ground because your hip plane gets too flat, your right hip gets too high, you get stuck, and you've got no freedom and power and sharpness through the ball. So guys, this is just an interesting one that I experiment around with a lot of people with the weight on the feet. People are not looking at the feet as much, perhaps they should, because once you get them moving correctly. Anyway, some really interesting drills and clips there. Reach out to me on WorldClassGolf.com. The online lessons are in conjunction with 1,300 videos, heaps of stuff there that we just don't show on YouTube. And so join the community, join the chat room, become part of something that's helping so many players out there.